Welcome, nephews of the universe. Talking with Uncle Luis about your story, my story, and everyone's story. Where we will talk about your experiences, your real life, your ups and downs in the trajectory of your daily life. Where you come from and where you are going, what you have learned from your experiences, what are your dreams, your achievements, and your talents. Where we hope that some human being benefits from your story, if he or she is in depression or difficult times, they can find a voice of encouragement, hope, love, and a lot of faith. God is by your side, never forget it. Talking with Uncle Luis. These are our stories. We are not advising personally or financially. We are not qualified professionals. Search and do your own research.
Good morning, nieces and nephews of the universe. This is your Uncle Luis from Florida and New Jersey, united today in the story we are about to see. A great guy, great man, a standing person, a very, very unique person, I think, because he has a little different things that he do. What he's going to talk about to us in a few seconds. He's being ready. He's ready. He's ready than me because I am half awake asleep. But we're going to go have some fun and then listen to his story. Good morning to everyone out there. Good afternoon, good evening. Anywhere on the planet, the universe of Uncle Luis. This is your Uncle Luis from Conversando con El Tio Luis. I know it's in Spanish, but I don't speak perfect English. So we're going to have a test today. My English to be test with Mookie. It's a great person. And I mean, from the moment that I met him and I knew that I needed to get his story here on my channel, because I know that story can be for somebody an inspiration. And that's what we're looking, to have that inspiration for that person that someday don't know what to do, think the world ends. Thanks to Mookie because he's already there. We're going to ask him how he come up with that name, kind of a unique name. The things that he do, his passion about the game. He loves the baseball and softball, and he's playing every weekend like a young kid. So I admire a person like that. As you can see, I'm not a sportsman, but we bring the best sportsman here on my channel. Thank you very much for being here. So we're going to go ahead and put him onto the screen, and we're going to go from there to see where the story is going to take us. So we are live from YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Rumble, and also thanks to TikTok. They're going to be seeing me doing that. Thanks for the likes already. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and bring him onto the screen, and let's go for that. Good morning. How are you? How are you, Mr. Mookie?
Oh, I'm doing great, like always.
Sounds excellent, man. Sounds excellent. I was saying, that the moment that I saw you, I do want to, that's one of those things I told you in the beginning. Hey, can you be in my channel and we can do different things in there? So you say yes.
Yeah.
You say yes, my man. Thank you. You're the man of the hour.
Oh, thank you. No, I really appreciate you having me on. It's great. I'm looking forward to discussing my life and help people be positive.
Yes, that's what we're trying to give to the people. What your story or anyone else's story, right? Maybe again inspiration for someone out there, like I was saying a few minutes ago. And I know your story is a pretty unique, and I like it. And we haven't talked much about that. We haven't get no time to program anything. This is just the real as it gets, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, Mookie. I would like to first, to introduce to the people, and that way the people know who they talking to. I programmed this with Mookie's name, but I know you have a name if you want to say so. Remember, here, we're going to have a conversation with a friend, between two friends. But give us a little bit about background, where you're from, what's your name, what your status, why you've been doing it through the years. Little short down rundown about it.
Sure. So first, my real name is Philip Kasoy. I was nicknamed Mookie after Mookie Wilson, who was a center fielder for the New York Mets back in the 1980s. The first time I played softball, the first year I played softball, my coach, I was a center fielder like Mookie. We didn't have team uniforms, so I wore a Mets jersey like Mookie, and I batted leadoff like Mookie. So he called me Mookie, and it just kind of stuck. Everybody's been calling me that forever, so I go by two names, Philip and Mookie. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're a family man from where you are.
I grew up in Manalapan, New Jersey. When I was 25, I moved to Freehold, New Jersey, which is the next town over. After 16 years, I did end up getting divorced. Became a single guy, had a great time for years, and now I've found someone else that I've been with for almost 9 years now. That'll be June 15th. So it's pretty exciting. Life is good.
Any kids on the way there?
I have a daughter who's turning 30 in September.
Oh, 30. I thought you were 30.
No, I'm 30 times 2. So I just turned 60, and I just can't believe how the years go by so quickly. It's amazing.
You're still looking young. You're still looking young and strong, and so
Well, thank
very
you.
good. Very
Yep.
good. You take care of yourself good.
Yes, that's important. Yeah. Just sitting around doing nothing makes you old in a heartbeat.
Excellent. And you are in New Jersey? I got that right, or you in another state?
No, I'm in New Jersey. I'm building a house in Florida. That's how we met, of course, with the team, Los Mamba Kings. I play modified pitch softball, which is a unique type of softball. There's arc softball where they throw the ball up in the air, and there's all different rules. There's windmill where I leave that to the guys. Maybe 30 years ago, I could have played windmill, but not today. They can rotate their arm all the way around, and they throw very, very hard. And then there's modified, which has certain rules where you can only go back so far. And that's the type of league I was looking for in Florida. And unfortunately, the only league I could find was this league, because I like to play virtually every day if I could get on the field, even at this age, with all the injuries I've had. I've had a knee replacement. I've had Achilles tendon torn. I've had elbow tears. I've had broken fingers, I've done everything. In fact, I'm about to play my 2000th game in a couple of days, so and that's exciting.
And then you still playing like you were a kid. I like that. Very good. Very good.
Yep.
At the moment, Mookie, what do you do? What things you do right now as it is? Because I know you multitask person, so like to see.
Well, I like to cut my own grass. I have multiple properties. I have a place where I store all my vehicles. I'm a car collector. Mm-hmm. And so I have a couple of acres over there. And so yesterday I was out cutting the grass over there. I put the mower on high, and it takes me power walking at 5 miles an hour, for a couple of acres. And then I came back home to my own grass here at the house with the light on at night. So I'm burning a candle at both ends.
Yeah, I see. But that other business, as you say, mold?
Yes. My daytime job is as a mold remediation company. I started that back actually as a home cleaning company in 1995. Going back further, I sold Yellow Page advertising in the early 90s. Became one of the top 5 reps of 300 in the company. I had a dispute with my boss. Ended up starting my own business as a maid service, a house cleaning company. Did that. All of a sudden, I discovered mold, which is where you got the black stuff growing on your sheetrock or somewhere in the house, and found out that I can make a very good living doing mold. And then when one of the hurricanes hit, Hurricane Sandy it was in 2011, I think it was, I got rid of the house cleaning business because it had shrunk to certain levels because in 2008 we had a financial crisis with real estate. So my business was 25% of what it was at its peak. So I ditched the house cleaning portion and went straight into mold, and that's all I do now, just strictly mold.
Very good, man. Very good. Wow. So, like I said, you're a multitask person. I don't know where you get how many hours you have a day? 24 hours? You
No,
working?
I probably sleep about 6. So I got 18 hours a day, and I'm always doing something.
Wow. Yeah, I see that. I post there on the chat here right now that you have a YouTube channel. You also do a YouTube channel,
That's
right?
right. That's right. I have a YouTube channel for my sports team, which is Mookie's Maulers Softball. Started that a couple of years ago when I started the team. I played, like I said, for 40 years almost, since I was a little kid, actually. But modified pitch softball I've been playing since 1985 when I was 21. Decided to start the team because I wanted to pitch, and it was hard to find teams that I could pitch on. And then the teams I did find weren't very good. And I knew I could do it better and get teams that could win. And we actually did win a championship in our second year last year.
Okay. So you said that was 2 years ago. We're gonna talk about that a little bit too. Also, you mold business and about the end, but very interesting on that part of the baseball, softball, modified, because that's our first time I ever heard about modified softball. So I want to understand that part. So, but we're gonna go to the beginning. What are other things you do during all these 18 hours?
Right. YouTube in the last year has been consuming a lot of my time. I probably spend 40 or 50 hours a week at least doing the YouTube, cutting videos and trimming them and creating movies out of the games that we play. Plus, I have the task of making sure that I'm prepared for these movies in the future. So I have to cut highlights from all the team players, not just myself, but for everyone. So I can put these highlight videos together for people to enjoy watching at the end of the year. And the guys really appreciate it. And I have fun doing it. So it's a pleasure.
Okay. We do have already somebody, and he's a Spanish guy, but that he also said nice interview. He'd say he gave us a like already. We like that we already got one person in, and we hoping through that conversation we can go ahead and have that let them know about your YouTube channel and say hello and also thank them for stop by and give a like and comment too. You know what I mean?
Yep. That was my cell phone. Sorry about the interruption. I should have been like in court where I put it on silent,
Yeah, that's what I learned that myself, through the start doing videos and live. So I already learned a little bit, and it's still sometimes I miss that part. But that's the thing, what I do is live show, So I wanna put the video as real as it gets.
Yep.
Because that's what I preach. My channel is Conversando con El Tio Luis, is talking to Uncle Luis.
Yep.
Your story, my story, everyone else's story. So it is something that is real. So we like to show those little things that happen through that we talking. I like that because that shows it's not programming, it's no recording, and it's a real life talk we have.
Oh yes, yeah. I had no idea what you're about to ask me. So
yeah, I didn't put no questions, I didn't put anything. Everything just flow like we are two good friends talking.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic.
So knowing that how many things you do, and that records me that you edit your videos and do everything about your YouTube channel, which is it takes a lot of time. Okay, let me tell you,
Yes,
that takes a lot of time. You know that because you're in the business to do YouTube, so you edit your own videos. So that would be basically what you do
Well, yeah, I bought a software program, and it's actually pretty cool because I started off with one camera, and this year I've actually added a second camera in center field for each game. And so when I do the clips and I move the videos around, it almost looks like I have a half a dozen cameras because I can take the different angles. The ball's hit. I've got the batter, hitting the ball from either center field or from behind home plate. Then it looks like you see the fielder fielding the ball and throw into the base, and then it flashes over to the base where the other fielder's receiving the ball. So it almost looks professional, almost.
Very, very well. No, you do a great job. If people, see that, they're gonna say, "Oh, wow," and they think it probably somebody with long career in editing business it done it because you're making it pretty cool, very interesting.
Thanks,
Um,
Luis.
so, but anyway, we're gonna. Okay, we got that. We got the other one. I do thank you for really being here, man. I know your family. You rather be with your family, but you're here trying to give us that thing. Uh, your
That's right.
story.
The wife just went to work, so we're good.
So we good. That makes it easy for me, and now I don't feel too bad.
Yes. Never feel bad about doing your job.
Perfect, perfect. I trying to go ahead and put it to different channel that I go, and that way people know that I'm live right now. So all the things I got people in my country and La Ceiba, Honduras, which they follow me. So I like to put in one of those places there. Let me put it to Nano Hernandez. Nano Hernandez, uh, you know who that is, right?
Yes, of course, the captain of the softball team, Los Mamba King.
The Mamba thing. That's we're gonna talk about that a little bit because it's how we met, and and that way people know where we coming from, how I knew you, and all that stuff. All right. Um, Also, you were talking about that you were trying to open a business in Florida, or you come here, Florida. How long ago you start coming into Florida? Cape Coral.
Sure, that's actually a crazy story. I decided back in 2018 that I wanted to buy a winter home or build a winter home
Okay.
because I was tired of the cold weather, tired of the letdown where you can't go outside. People get depressed in the wintertime. So I decided I was going to go to Florida. So I went down and looked at about 10 or 12 houses and didn't find anything that I was really interested in. I was looking for something more elaborate because I'm going to spend the rest of my life there. I'm not the kind of guy who's going to build a house 3 years later. Oh, I'm bored. I'll build another house, that kind of thing. So,
Okay.
so I decided to build a moderate sized home, 7,500 square feet. And that's
7,500,
actually, yeah, moderate.
7,500,
It's small.
7,500 square feet. That is not a small house, Mookie.
No, it's not. Actually, it's about 4,000, but the garage is 3,000 because I'm a car collector. So,
Okay. Okay.
uh, so yeah, I
Very
bought,
well.
and I decided to do the in Naples because the other coast over by Fort Lauderdale and all those areas, you'd buy a piece of land if you could find one. It was a quarter
Yeah.
acre, half acre,
Yeah.
and I have a half acre here in New Jersey, which is fine, but I always wanted something that had some land.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
so
Okay.
I bought a 2.5 acre lot, and 5 years later, I'm still fighting with builders and contractors and trying to get the house built. Florida seems to be a very difficult place for contractors, worse
Oh,
than New Jersey. I've been kind of almost GCing it myself for the last year and a half
okay. Okay. Okay.
since my builder who stole money from me was murdered by other people that he owed money to.
Oh
Uh,
my God.
yeah, it's crazy story.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But
But
I'm to the
anyway,
point where I'm probably going to be being down there this winter and actually being able to stay there. Whether it's
good, good,
complete or not,
good.
that's another story. But I'll be able to stay in the house this time.
So you fall in love with the weather, huh? with it being
Oh,
outdoor. I know you're a man that like to be outdoor playing and working and all that stuff.
how could you not like winter in Florida? I mean, 75, 80 degrees.
Ah,
Nice 10-mile-an-hour breeze every day. No
nothing
rain.
like it.
Yeah,
Nothing like it, my man. Nothing like it. I know the feeling. I saw snow like 3 times in my life, and it's something I'm not looking forward to do it again. You know what I mean? Snow is not my thing. I'm allergic to snow.
yeah. Well, when it gets to be 8 or 10 inches and you don't have a snowblower, yeah, that's a problem. I mean, I'm lucky to have one, but I don't think I'll have to deal with snow blowing again because I'm not going to be here past Thanksgiving anytime.
Well, um, we're gonna go ahead and ask the people, that wants to get, through the time in English, the people that we see, not only subscribe to your channel, we want the people that subscribe to your channel. So, what is the name exactly? The name that they can look for on the search.
Sure, it's Mookie's Mauler's YouTube channel. So I think my name is superimposed on the screen. So Mookie,
Yeah,
just put an S there and Mookie's Maulers
Pokemon.
softball. Yeah, if you type in Mookie's Maulers softball YouTube, it'll all come up.
It will all come up exactly. So we look at to give it that little push that your channel needs to get growth. Um, like I said, we're gonna talk a little bit about that in a little bit. But it has been a lot of stuff that you do through your day. 18 hours, you take a really, really deep your hours, your time, and you very productive person. So
Yeah.
we
Yep.
just get to know you, what you do, where you are, who you are. So you're a very, really busy person. Where you get
Yeah.
all the energy, man?
Yeah, I don't know because I'm supposed to be, taking a siesta now at this age. At 60 years old, you're supposed to be slowing down, but I don't feel at all. I feel like a kid. I feel like I'm 25 years old, and I don't know where the time went. I'm a little nervous about waking up 20 years from now because my life will probably be a lot different at the age of 80 than it is at 60. Right
But
now,
you
I'm
are
playing a
when
bunch of
you are
25-year-olds.
50, you are 50 right now.
No, 60. I just turned 60 in April.
No way,
Yeah, yeah. Yes,
man.
man.
Wow, man. Wow, excellent. Thank you, Hathaway. Hathaway say he found your channel already. Excellent, excellent. He
Yes,
said,
definitely.
Mookie's Maulers, right? Yes, subscribe. He said.
Terrific.
he's
Terrific.
a he's a YouTuber too. He's a person that has a unique way to do things. He goes to different places, and I believe he lives around California. He said
Okay.
all the way in California. So my family in La Ceiba, Honduras, they're gonna subscribe to your channel also, because
Terrific.
they would see this event that we have, and they're gonna go ahead and subscribe to you. When we open, 4 or 5 of them, they go ahead and subscribe to your channel. So
Well,
you
Mookie's
know,
Mauler's softball being worldwide would be really nice.
there you go, there you go. It's how everything started. You get like a shot when you see somebody watching you. You go to the analytic thing, and then you see somebody from Ukraine or somebody from Thailand or somebody from Spain, Portugal, Italy. I been have Dubai. I have people that subscribe from all the way there. So you say, wow, that's good. So that means the people liking my thing, and not necessarily the language, because the good thing about audio, video, visual stuff, and they this tool, they can put a closed caption in any language. The phone is comfy. They can go ahead on YouTube there on the screen. They touch the screen, and the bottom is say settings, and they can go there and put the closed caption. So anybody, anywhere, in any language, they will see your channel.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
fantastic. Everybody has a different way of living in each country. Being exposed to other cultures is always a growth thing for everyone to see how other people live and how they think and what they do. Softball is only played in certain areas, usually South America and North America, but it's being exposed now, as is baseball. So it's fascinating. It's fascinating how the world is getting closer, yet it's torn apart by war, unfortunately.
Well, the person Hathaway that is talking to us right now sent us comment. He lives in New York right now. That's where. But I see the videos that I see from him. I see videos from California, from Mexico. He goes all over the place. He's having fun, man, with the YouTube channel.
Yep.
And I know you will once you get everything going.
Oh, I'm having fun with it. It's just a matter of growing the viewership so that it can get bigger and bigger. Because
Do you
I
have a
haven't
question?
found any other channels that really have the quality videos the way they're set up in playing softball that I have. So it's just a matter of exposure and time.
And it's just a matter of telling everybody, man. Once you tell everybody and everybody's telling the people, it goes from there. Look at Hathaway. He didn't know you, but I go to his channels, I watch his thing, I leave a comment or like and everything. And so they see that. So they come back to you and do it to you. So might be a good way to grow your business.
That's a good idea. Yes, absolutely.
It's great, man. And I like it, the way that everything's going so far. So we done with all the background. Then you went to college, or you went to what was your status on that part of anything that you do professionally, like
Sure. Back to education. When I was a kid, I was diagnosed as limited brain function because they did not have a term for ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is where you can't focus, you can't concentrate, have trouble learning. I was a C student in high school. I was a kid who wasn't real, my guidance counselor told my parents that I should go to a 2-year college and go to a technical school because I'd never be able to function properly in the real world, that I could be, working as an electrician or a plumber or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with those trades. You can make a lot of money in those trades and have a satisfying career. But I wanted more than that. And when I went to college, I became a straight A student because I kind of realized that now's the time to get my act together. We all grow up at different speeds. Everybody has a different way of thinking in life. And as they get older, they get more mature and understand how the world works. So I went to college. I got a 4-year degree in business at Kane University. It was Kane College at the time. Straight A student. I was president of the management club, vice president in the marketing club. I had professors tell me that I should be a lawyer, an attorney. I was into sales. I always thought sales was the way I should go. And so I actually sold cars for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And unfortunately, the car business is not the best. It's usually low educated people who like to treat people that are under them poorly. So I became a manager, then they demoted me, and then they made me a manager again. They demoted me again. And so after 5 years of learning the trade and loving cars, that's how I ended up being a car collector. Really, I can owe a lot of that to that. I got a sales job with the Yellow Pages, which was the phone book where you advertise, and I'd handle accounts. And my first year, I became the 5th best rep in the company in my first year out of 305. So I won a trip to Monte Carlo. It was we stayed at the best hotel downtown. There's a casino right across the street. We had a great time.
Wow.
And what happens in Monte Carlo stays in Monte Carlo because it was a wild there. Yes.
I understand. That's where the big money people goes.
Yes, exactly.
So you live in the multi-billionaire lifestyle, huh?
That's right. I was enjoying that. I was making $100,000. I'm driving a company car. It's the early '90s. I mean, it's almost like I was in a stockbroker going to Studio 54. But things.
Okay, that's where the real inspiration comes, right there. As you were talking about. Now I'm forced to trying to understand that part that you were, you know, talking about, that part with the school that told you parents that you won't be able to concentrate. But to me, you overcome to that, and you prove them wrong, because for be able to do many things in 18 hours, other to being a parent and be a husband and be a friend, uh, you need a lot of concentration.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
so so I guess you proved them wrong. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Um,
And to
I
everyone
like
out
that.
there, and to everyone out there that has this kind of a problem, I tell you, just don't worry about it. Get medicated, because it's just a brain. You're everyone's born. We're all animals living on a planet. That's the way I look at things.
Yeah.
And you have some that are aggressive, some that are passive, some that are worried about everything, some that don't worry about anything. If you have problems functioning because of ADHD or any other type of disorder, it's important that you get help and get the proper medication to get your brain functioning properly, or as close to normal as possible, so that you can be successful in life, be happy in life. That's the whole part of living. What do we live? 70, 80, 90 years? We need to be happy in life. So if you're not happy, you didn't have a happy life. It was a waste, that's the way I feel. I encourage everyone who has any kind of learning disability or problem dealing with things, to get the proper help and get the proper medication that will put you on the right track and lead you toward happiness, which is what your channel is all about.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That proves doctors wrong, because what they were telling your parents, and to me, that is a truly unique inspiration for people. They think they got this problem, they cannot function right, and that's what they put in their mind. But you came back differently. You came back to you say, okay, I'm gonna get what I need to get to make it better.
Yes,
and,
100%.
and you basically a pretty successful person. Nobody can tell that you had that disorder in the beginning of your life, and look at you concentrating on a lot of things when they told you, no, you can't do that.
Yep,
So
exactly.
your story is not only being a hard way to get through it, because you went through divorce, you went through changes from one place to another, struggling to all those time. You had a disease. You had a disease with the diagnostic, saying that you needed special attention. Some people do get it. Some people don't. The ones that don't, they get to a lot of different problems in life, I guess, and it's very important what you
Yeah,
say, to get help. To get
yeah.
help, yeah.
Yeah, the people who don't get help, those are the people who have road rage. They're the people that are cluttering the jails in this country. When they don't have help because of their disorder, it's not really their fault. They might not know about it. They may not take that step. There may not be anyone encouraging them. But yes, that's most people that are in jail, sitting in front of the TV and can't get up. They have depression. Everybody has their own story. But thank God for the medication, because it's changed my life. When
Very, very, very good. I had a person here with they call it, what's it, depression. It might be a bipolar too. And
yep,
when she asked her to become on my screen, to come on my screen, to to have a talk, I'm gonna give you something that can help many people out there, because I consider this is a myth. People don't like to talk, that people don't like to say, and to me, it's a way to give to the world what again. Uh, she was one of the kind of person, she didn't want to use medication, and when she started using it, her life changed,
yeah,
and it's a great person. You would never think of that person would go through this type of stuff, and it takes a brave person to talk about this kind of stuff. Most people don't want to talk about it,
That's right.
right?
Yeah, they're ashamed or embarrassed or denial. They're in denial. They think everyone else is crazy and they're not.
It's like me when I talk about my life little part. Sometimes, time to time depends. Like right now, I can't say anything, but the business you do, the editing, I can't talk about that myself because, and I cannot talk about modify softball because, as you can see, I don't play no sport. I eat. My sport is eating. So, 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 but when I get a person, it goes through that kind of stuff. Uh, so I talk a little bit about my life, and I go transparent to that, and I say everything raw as it is. I don't like to hide. I like to be transparent, and I think it takes a person to be brave to love the uh, you, the love humanity, because once you do that, you are given us something. They need to pay a lot of money to pay a doctor to be able to understand their situation, but they listen to you with that unique thing that you went to school. They say you're gonna need to get a medication, but the teacher don't say that. What they say, you have to go to a special place because you can't concentrate.
They
And
actually didn't have medication back then, or if they did, they didn't really talk about it. Yeah, the guidance counselors and the teachers, they're all like, he's just a trouble kid. Keep him calm. Back then it was voodoo. Having a learning disability, being ADHD as they define it now, it was terrible because they really didn't know. Just like the cars we drove back then, they're totally unsafe. We didn't have seat belts until the 60s. We didn't have a seatbelt law until the 80s. In fact, the seatbelt law came about right when I started to drive. The same year was when the government passed the law to you have to wear a seatbelt. Of course, there were only lap belts back then, and there were no airbags. There's no technology, no cell phones. Go on and on. It was a different world back
yeah,
in the 80s and 90s.
it's amazing. It's amazing, and I thank you for sharing that part of your life that they told you you won't be able to concentrate it, and you become very successful person. They even went to Monte Carlo, even be in the nicest hotel, be a top salesperson, a straight A kid in college. Uh, After there, they were saying you were not gonna be able to concentrate. It's amazing. You turn around that story. So that's good thing that you didn't listen and your parents did not listen to them, because otherwise they probably you will still be there, won't be able to do anything because you couldn't concentrate.
Right.
It takes some medication to help you, but it takes your heart, it takes your mind to be able to do that, to work around that problem and make it turn around and go the other way. You know,
Yep.
like you say, it's people that in jail because they became a bad person. People that sitting down in TV but they can't get up. But you choose different. You got inspired. Who could inspire you to make it different and change that? What the teacher told you parents.
Well, it was nothing that no one in particular that inspired me. It's in my innate nature to be busy. Some people aren't. They like to relax and sit around. I like to be busy all the time. If I'm sitting around, I get bored. And that's part of what I have is my disorder. So it actually
Okay.
helps me. It actually helps me be more successful and keeps me going. And it's important that everybody follow whatever their brain's telling them. But if their brain's telling them bad things, they should probably get some help to mainstream.
The good thing that you didn't hang out around bad people, because otherwise probably you would be in jail or in the hospital or somewhere
Oh,
because you
absolutely,
because you
absolutely.
disorder. So it takes a great heart and a brave person to change things around. You know, many brilliant people. It's been through the history of life, like Albert Einstein.
Yep.
That guy, they say the same thing. You know how that his hair looked like that, his eyes looked
Uh-huh.
like that, wide open. He always was navigating through that space. And
Yeah.
the teacher told the same thing. They said that the kids couldn't concentrate because he's always somewhere in his space. So he had a problem. And look at what brilliant mind is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Exactly.
He did things that nobody else hasn't passed through that. So it make a big difference. And then he was one of those kids too.
Yes.
Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, that the teacher sent a note to the mother. Thomas asked his mother what happened, what was the problem, and the teacher sent it to say to her that he was too smart, and that way he can was be able to be in the school because he was too smart, and that was not the thing. The way he had a problem, and he was a trouble kid, and they say cannot be in school. So, but his mother, that's what I asked you, that you got inspired by somebody because that inspiration, Thomas took it the right way. The mom did a great job. When the mother died, he went to her belongings, right? And found that same note the teacher sent. And they were saying that he was a problem, you know, he was a problem for the class and they can no longer come back to school. Look at what the difference it can be, right? So, who was Thomas Edison? It's a guy to fail 10,000 times, and every time that he was failing, he said he found a way not to do it. He never give up. He invented a lot of things, but one of those things won't be able to function without that one now.
Well, yeah, it's when people tell you you can't do something, that's when I get it in gear. When I'm faced with a challenge, I figure out how to get it solved. We didn't have computers when I was a kid. You know, I was born in 1964. My first computer class was senior year in high school, and it had nothing really to do with today's modern technology. In 1997, when I had my own business, I finally got a computer, got online, and of course they had dial-up back then. Everything was very slow. The internet was like the wild, wild west. There
Yes,
was no
yes,
PayPal, there was no YouTube, there was no nothing. But I learned it all myself. I have multiple websites for my business, and I started doing SEO, search engine optimization, which is where you get Google to put you up higher based upon the algorithms and the way you put your site together. And those algorithms are constantly changing. So I've gotten to the point where I don't have time to do it anymore. I still dabble in it, but I've hired professionals to build and maintain my main site, and I putz around with my old sites, and they're still bringing me in business. If you're doing 400 or 500 customers a year, and you're bringing in 20 or 30 or 40 on an old website, then that's great. It's additional income, and I have fun with it. But yeah,
it
learning never ends. If you
never
stop
ends.
learning, you stop living. I hate when I see, someone who's my age who doesn't know how to use a computer, doesn't know how to use, doesn't use their cell phone. It's only for emergencies. There's no excuse for that. You got to keep up with the times,
You know, and that's what my channel is about. That's what I want to do with stories, to bring that story to inspire someone somewhere in the world. The last person that I want to mention, Walt Disney. I was another kid with problems. And look at what Walt Disney made. Something is gonna last for a long, long time to come. He died and the things are still going. Walt Disney is one of the magical places to be.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to dream when go inside to the park. You dream basically. So brilliant minds, and that basically is gonna lead me to finish that little part right there. And we still have even talk about uh, uh, modified softball.
Yes.
The mold business, and also your YouTube channel. We still have a 14 to talk about. They say if you more than 1 hour watching something, it becomes boring. So, but because we talk about you, about me, about all the things, and throw a little joke here and there. Well, we want to thank Dunia. Dunia Dan is here. Hi, Dunia. How are you? We got Lady Gomez. So we got Lady from La Ceiba, Honduras, and we got Lady from Guatemala. They are watching us, and I'm gonna say a couple of things in Spanish. Dunia, gracias por estar aquí. Gracias. Siempre dejen su huellita, denle me gusta, comenten y suscríbanse al canal de Mookie's Muller's YouTube channel. Ese para que me le den el apoyo a él, por favor. Lady, ¿cómo está, mamá? Un placer saludarle. Gracias por pasar por aquí. Saluditos. Gracias. Usted ya sabe que se le aprecia mucho, mamá. Gracias por estar aquí. Yeah, I want to tell them that thanks for being here and tell them that subscribe to your channel.
I got that.
You know, hey, one has to watch the other one, you know.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the world should be going around, helping each other,
Yes.
help everybody around you, and you become a more successful person. You know, I really do. You're gonna be part of my inspiration. I probably would see this conversation almost every day, because that part, I'm a man that is being a man with a hard head. Never want to listen and advise or something. So are going through a lot of pain because of that. And men that eat a lot, I got a lot of problems. And sometimes I don't want to get up, but I make myself to get up. I make myself to get up because I cannot let these things that put me down and just lay in bed and do nothing, watch TV till I die. I can't do that. So I have to get motivated myself every single day, because you probably saw me, but you didn't notice. Maybe you probably saw me always with sandals.
Okay.
I'm always with sandals because I can't put no shoes for too long, because my neuropathy kills my feet, man. Because of diabetes, it's a diabetic thing.
Right.
But I push myself to do things out and do it, man. Don't think about it, do it, because the more you think, the more you end to the problem.
Luis,
So
how old are you?
I'm right next to you,
Oh,
59.
okay. Oh, okay. There you go.
I just turned 59 Thursday last no, not this Thursday, the Thursday before, May the 9th. I was 59.
Well, congratulations. You
You.
could have been one of my buddies in high school.
I'm
You're in Honduras at the time.
okay. That's great, man. So I get it what you say, and I understand what you say, but you know, the thing that you overcome over the years is amazing story, man. Thank you for sharing that, because that right there, this conversation, it was well worth it being with you today, because I think this is going to give more inspiration to people, anything out there.
Yep.
You know, we might be able to inspire with your story about business, about sports, but I think that this is a problem that people bring from the get-go, from the kids, and we can make a difference with this little story.
Yep.
It can become a big now, because this story is going to be for years and years to come, my man. Years to come.
Yeah. Anybody we can help, tune in. I'm glad to help. That's
The beauty
all
of
about
this,
my joy.
the beauty of this is that we might never know who we help, but for the story that being here, that's all that matters to me, really.
Yeah, you have to be selfless. It's not a matter of knowing. It's just a matter of knowing that you're out there to try. You can help one person, great. If you can help 100, that's even better.
Yes, and it makes me I get more delighted when I do things that people I don't know at all. I don't know. I never probably would see it, and they will never probably tell me, "Hey, thank you for help us that day to bring Mookie's to the screen. That story helped me, to overcome my problem that I have, or you problem that you have, me, saying me. And so thank you. I mean, I don't know. I will never be able to say stop. Thank you for what you did today to me. Inspiration, pure inspiration, my man. So anyway, we are live in 6 different platforms. So we are live in Facebook, we are live in YouTube, we are live in Twitch, we are live on Rumble. And Americans are passionate about the game, man.
Yep.
They are passionate about the game. So many movies they've been made about baseball, softball, or stories like that.
Well, it's America's pastime. It's what everybody used to love to play. Now with so much diversity in the world, so much diversity in this country, that I think soccer is taken over as the number one sport. But
Soccer, because
all
it's
you
a
softball, baseball lovers out there, just keep going, have a great time. It's the best sport. I've been playing it since I was
that's
kid.
all about, man. Have a good time.
Yep.
Because our life, we can have all the success in the world. What we take is what we were happy, what we did that makes those moments that take the breath away from us. That we were laughing without even thinking we were laughing. Where we enjoying and scream, then join, and that's the moment that we take with us forever and eternity. Money, success, they can stay here and we not take that with us at all. So if I ask you if you see a Field of Dreams,
Yes, of course. Yes.
for the love of the
Yeah,
game.
all the baseball movies are fantastic. They all have a moral, a story, very entertaining for the most part. Yes.
Very, very interesting movies. Very inspired movies too. Well, having said that, now we're gonna come to the part of when I met you on the game. I remember that day that you introduced there, and then I saw you there, and I said hello. To me, when I saw you the first time, you look like a professional player right there, because you give that look. Your DNA is all softball modified.
Yes.
And after I talked to you for a few words there, and I know that you were a man of, I need to talk about the game, because I didn't have nobody before here that talks about the game of softball. So we met at, you were playing for the Mambas King, which we encourage the people to go Facebook and find Mamba Kings. We are on Cape Coral. We play in the fields in Cape Coral, and that's where I met Mookie's there. It caught my attention, the name, because, of course, I couldn't say it right away. I didn't know what that means, but it was a very interesting. For some reason, I said I got to talk to this guy one day. So after a few times that I asked, you say, yeah. We talk. Okay, perfect. And I saw you performing putting the. In fact, you teach me how to put the phone on the fence, and that way we'll be able to put the phone in. And I saw you going all the way on the other side of the fence, to put the other phone. And I said, man, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy is professional. So you do really good, man. And I saw you play. You are a pitcher. That's the position that you play, right?
Yeah, I actually play all 4 infield positions and pitch. I used to, like I said in the opening, I used to play center field. But after knee surgeries, knee replacement, Achilles, and being 60 years old, it's probably not the best place for me to be out there. Even though I could still tow it, I'm better off in the infield. I want that knee replacement to last as long as I can, because getting the second one is going to be tough. I'd like the second one to be the last one. I plan to play on that second one someday, because they only last so long when you're doing athletics. So,
how do you find out about Mambas, or who talked to you, or who recruit you with the Mamba Kings?
Sure. So when I was going down to Florida this year, actually a couple of years ago, I started researching modified pitch softball in that area, and I couldn't find anything. I found a couple of things, dead leads. I went on Facebook, I looked on Google, I called towns, I called counties. Finally, I found a guy who said that he ran a league, kept his number. A year later, when I went down there and I could play, he told me he doesn't run the league anymore, but he has a number for the guy who does. Sent me that. Finally, they got me on the Facebook page for the league and said that there's a new player here, an American guy. He pitches, and the Mamba Kings came calling. So that's how I became a Mamba King, is when they reached out to me and said, "Yeah,
as
we
you
need
can,
a pitcher."
as you can see, I got the uniform from Mamba Kings.
Yes, you have that. I like that one much better, the black and yellow. Yes,
That
reminds
right?
me of the Pittsburgh Pirates from the 80s and
Yes,
70s.
yes. That
Yeah,
that was pretty good. I like it too. And uh, you know, when you love the game, it doesn't matter, man. You enjoy it, and then you do it whatever, because you didn't know anybody there, basically,
correct.
you know. And but you love the game. You wanna, like you say, keep playing every day if you want to. That's what you like. And they're great team. They're great people. People with good heart. The only thing we like to lose, I guess.
Yes, yes. In fact, I'm proud to say that I'm responsible for half of the team's wins, even though I've only played in a quarter of their games. Came into pitch and held them down and started the rally that ended up winning the game. But since I've left, they've only won one game since. So I think they're 2-17 right now. I think we were 0-9, 0-8, and then we won that game, and then and since then they've won one more. So
The good news, Mookie, is they're not the last team. They're the one
yes,
before
there's another team that has one win, right? Is that correct?
that.
So
So
yeah, we're on our way. When I
they're on
come
the
back
way.
in the fall, I'm going to make sure that we don't have a 2-win season. We're going to win a lot.
When you return it to Florida, what? And
I'll probably be back in Thanksgiving. I'll be down for a week at a time during the summer when I can get a break here. I've got doors that are going in, columns in the house, different things that I have to be there for. So I'll be flying down for 3, 4, or 5 days at a time. Not enough to play softball, but I'll be down to play ball again come around Thanksgiving, and then I'll be there every year from Thanksgiving till the first week in April when we start up playing ball here, because I run these teams and I have to be here for April, even if it's cold and rainy and we get rained out of half of our games. I still have to be here to manage things.
Mookie, what is your background? So on the say that where your roots come from Italy or from where?
Sure. Sure. My father is from Russia, but Kasoi, my last name actually means cross-eyed.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I do have that gene because I'm left-handed and right-eyed. I'm not cross-eyed, but I'm left-handed and right-eyed, which is actually a disadvantage when playing softball.
Mm.
I bat right-handed and I throw left-handed. So normally they don't let left-handers play the infield, third base, second base, and shortstop because of the turns that you have to make the plays. But luckily I have the quickness and still have a pretty decent arm. I used to have a great arm, but we all used to have something, right?
Yeah. Hey, it's I'm just learning things right now that you said left-hander and right eye or
Yes.
or-
Yeah, right eye dominant, but left-handed. So I write left-handed.
you're like a crisscross.
Yes, yes. In fact, there's a thing where if you stick your hand out and you close one eye, and then you close the other eye, if things move, then that shows that you have that problem. And most people, it doesn't move. So try it at home. Stick your finger out, your index finger out, close one eye, and then close the other eye. And if the finger
You,
moves, literally moves, then you have a left hand right eye or right hand left eye kind of thing going.
yeah, now you mentioned that. I went to get my address changed, and that way I can get my voter's card too. Because I came from one town, another county from here, and I came to Lee County, so I had to do that. And so they put me to read again, and I noticed something. I was reading this part good. When I went this way, I had the last letter. I had a hard time to see it.
Okay.
I had a hard time, so I don't know what that could be. I had to ask the doctor next time. Now you made me think with
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring it up.
hey, hey, if you don't mention that, I would never know that I got a check on that. I could be just, thinking I'm fine. And, it may be just a tire.
Yeah, anything that can help with anything. Like I have a reading disability. I can't read. I read slow. I read at like a 10th grade level.
I read
It's not
slow
my
too.
fault. It's just something that is in my brain. It's.
I read slow, and I'm very a disaster person, man. I mean, a hard head. I mean, believe me, but all the disability comes in your mind, and if you let that thing beat you up, and then you stay down because you got that
Exactly.
many things.
Exactly. You got to always know it's just not your fault. And, I've got a hard head myself, but I'm always open to advice. I always listen to what people have to say. I process that information, and then I make my own judgment as to whether I should change something, do something, or stay the course. So,
Perfect. So when you talk about, well, we now we talk about how that we met and which team we met and then and I thank you for the support you give us and I hope you continue through the years that you come over here and play for the Mamba because I am Mamba King forever, man. I am Mamba King forever. You know, I sent the link to the guy, but most of it they are working right now. So hopefully they can see. I posted on the WhatsApp and I posted on the Facebook, and that way they can see it through the time and they can understand a little bit and of the things you overcome to be where you are.
yeah.
So now I heard before only two things: baseball or softball. So that modified that you say, what is modified softball?
Right. Modified is just the way style of pitching. That's what it is. You can't bring your arm back too far. You can't windmill it, swing your arm all the way around. You can't throw the ball too high. It's just a different form, just like pickleball and tennis, a different form of the similar type sport. They use a different ball. We use a different ball, softballs, and softballs come in all different varieties. They come with clinchers, which are mush balls, which you hit them and they don't go that far. They don't move that fast. It's for safety purposes. Then you go to clincher golds, which is what we use both in Florida and here, which is the go-to ball for modified pitch softball. Then they have the yellow ball, which is harder. It moves more like a hard ball, like a baseball. And so that can become dangerous, especially for pitchers who are standing 46 feet away from home plate. They're usually 40 feet away from the ball when it's hit. And if it's coming back at you at 100 miles an hour, we've seen guys lose eye sockets, just like in the major leagues. A guy named Bryce Flory back in, I think, 2003 or so. He got hit in the eye and lost his eyeball, his vision. And so it can be dangerous, but it's something that I love and a lot of other people love. And it's something I'm not going to stop doing until they're going to have to drag me off the field. That's what they're going to have to do.
Wow. Well, I guess it has a lot of different rules that pretty much change a lot. Take a little break here. That pickleball becomes the hottest thing in Naples,
Yeah, pickleball in Naples. Yeah. I've seen them on my driveway here in New Jersey. They set up little pickleball courts, and they have a family party or a 4th of July party or what have you, and they're out playing pickleball in the driveway. Yeah.
About 3 weeks ago, 3 Saturdays I go, 3 or 4, something like that. I even put a video out there when they were playing. There was at 64 courts in Naples. They had a U.S. Open. People came
Pickleball.
from, yeah, pickleball. Yeah. U.S. Open in Naples and pickleball.
You may have to
So,
Google that after this interview, you know.
yeah, well, yeah. Well, you can look at my channel like 3 or 4 weeks, something like that. 3 or 4 Saturdays I go. You can see that I recorded for 45 minutes. And that was the first time I ever saw that. It takes me to ask you and to see if you can sign in into my channel. I think you did. I'm not sure, but please register, subscribe to my channel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought I did. I'll double
Well,
check.
it could be. You probably
No,
did.
tell me I didn't. I'm a very bad boy.
Well, no. But it's my job to remember that, to remind you about it, and also to ask your family, your daughter, and your
Yes.
friends, and the friends that play over there, that go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because when you're over here at in Florida playing, they can see the game that you pitch and then the game that you play. So especially your wife or your lady and your daughter, they can see that you're playing over here and they can see you having fun.
Oh, they
So
have absolutely no interest.
they don't have no interest in.
No interest in my softball activities. So, and it's
Well,
good because
they maybe
I
they
stay
maybe
out of my
like to see.
way and I can do my thing.
Hey, that's a great thing because it doesn't happen that often. They let
Yeah,
you do
I'll hit
it.
a walk-off home run and I'll come home all excited and I want to show them and they have no interest. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Well, okay, they might want to see you from far away playing the game.
Yes.
But anyway, to ask your people, and then you can go ahead and share my link and your Facebook if it's possible. And
Yes. I'll go
and that's
recruiting there. Yep.
that would be a great thing, and I do appreciate, because I want to grow on the business of do this kind of stuff. I mean, I ask your people, they're gonna be watching this, to subscribe in my channel, give a like and comment, and see how we can perform better. Now, okay.
That's good. You
So
have a diversity of things that you do, which is great.
yes,
It's not just video and
because
softball games like I do, but I'm going to start doing some diversity as well. I want to bring my car collection in so that people can see all different things because it
all
is.
different things. You can put all different brands that you can use, the tools that you use. I give a little teaching thing, because how long do you been playing the game?
Oh, I started playing when I was a little kid, 6, 7 years old. As soon as they put a bat in my hands and a glove on my hand, I remember my dad coming home and handing me a glove that he bought at Job Lot in New York. My parents weren't that well off back then, but they got me my first baseball glove. I wish I still had it. It got mold damaged in my house when I had a flood about 20 years ago. But I've got a lot of my old stuff, old gloves, old bats, uniforms, things. I've got every uniform I ever played for.
Oh wow, you still say, well, that's a
Yeah.
collection that you can show you in your YouTube channel,
Yes, I
which is,
could.
which is going to
Yes,
take us to in a few seconds to talk a little bit about that YouTube channel, because with the knowledge that you have and the things that you know, right, about the game, I think it'll be a good learning channel for the kids that want to experience and want to do this, and they can learn about it, or a parent, how they can show the kids to become a better player. So you can have that kind of teaching thing in there, like a little stuff. So we're gonna talk about that. So you have basically the game or your DNA, so we say. uh, that is very interesting. And then
teaching,
you say that you
teaching the game is one of the most exciting things for me. When I get a player who I see has potential, but's doing things wrong, standing wrong at the plate, holding their hands wrong, the wrong stance for their type of swing, I'll help them and tinker with them. I enjoy doing that, and I enjoy bringing the most out of players because not only does it help them play better, but it helps the team. And it's really all about the team. team and doing the best we all can as a team, supporting each other, and hopefully winning. And that's
You
the
can
culture
bring
I'm
that.
trying to create.
You can bring that to your two channel, and not only teaching your team and teaching the entire world,
Yes.
and then you can get more people in. Now, you how many subscribers you have?
Right now, I had 91 coming into today. I added about 20, 3 months.
A very interesting thing. You gotta make sure you need to do a lot of short videos, anywhere from 20, 30 seconds up to
Up to a minute.
50 minutes. I mean 50 minutes, 50 seconds,
Yep.
59 seconds. Do it below a minute, 1 minute. Before that, you do a short video, because that is what attracts the people to your channel. Because
Yes,
most
there are a
people
lot of
don't.
people watching those shorts. Yes, exactly. Just like on TikTok.
People looking for entertain themselves, something quick, something that they can go past to another. So, and they are laughing or they are learning. Um, you and I, we are an entertainment and educational thing. The shorts is a very important tool to make you channel grow, because you're gonna be sitting watching your YouTube channel, and then you're gonna see today is 92, but it might be in another month you probably see 200 people, and you don't know where they come from.
Right.
They come from the source. They follow you YouTube channel is with shorts. So
Yeah.
you wanna make sure you put a 5 or 10 or 15 a week, and that way people keep coming back to you.
Yeah, I'm
People
gonna
love.
start doing that. I just put up my first short a week ago, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
in
that's when we
infancy.
talk a little bit
I got
about it. Huh?
1,600 I had 1,600 views already. You put pretty girls and you got ball girls, and they're very attractive. All of a sudden, everybody wants to watch that. They don't want to watch our softball. They want to watch the pretty girls fielding
Yeah,
balls on the
but
side.
if it's a short video, they watch it either way. They
Right.
watch it because they do quick, and 30 seconds is not a problem. Now,
Yes.
that people, they're gonna see your channel, and they're gonna like and love the game. They're gonna sit down and see the whole game with you, because that's what they love. That's what they like to see. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
people's attention spans are short. Just the way things are. If you get bored, you click to the
but
next.
but
The
then
next one.
you have people you have people that want to watch the long videos, because
Yeah,
that's
those
what
are
they love.
usually people that play in the games that are in our league.
They're gonna
Um,
they're gonna
but
be
then
watching the
people
game.
outside should also be interested because they get to see how the game's played in a different part of the country, different style, different level of play. Because sometimes
Yeah,
we play in a more competitive nature, and sometimes we play in a more relaxed nature, depending on the quality of the teams we're playing.
yeah. So you gotta have all kind of this thing, but once you put a few things differently and enjoy it, you can put it like a short, like when it's funny stuff, you know,
Yep.
or when the guys are like dancing and happy, you can
Yes.
do little shorts on that.
Yeah.
Um, or you can walk into a store and you see a unique thing, softball, baseball, modified baseball thing. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Uh, Now, lady, digamos, Tio Luis, Mookie, it shows a little coffee cup de donde no mira usted, mi hermano. Me acuerdo que estuve el otro día en su canal también, o no sé en qué canal fue que lo. You got your coffee, huh?
I got
Hey,
it's actually ice water. I got my coffee downstairs. Just notice the logo on my water bottle.
yeah, look at me, look at me. You see mine?
Okay, yes. Look at that. You got the same thing. Look at that. Great minds think alike.
Saludos, saludos, Chabelio. Gracias por estar aquí, dejar su huella. So it's very interesting thing that I tell people, so I'm not interested to do. So it's like they tell me they're giving up already to a possibility that one day they can make, $10,000 a month. And you want to do that if you know you're getting that right now? course, nobody wanna give up to $10,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that can happen if you continue with your YouTube, having fun, enjoy life, know what you like to do. What about for 5 years from now? You got 5 million people.
That'd be fascinating. I would love
That
that.
would that could give
But
you that could
I
give you
do.
50.
I really do it for fun,
But
not for
but
money.
what
But
about if you can make that
however,
50,000? You know,
yeah, I'd have no problems with that. Yes, bring
I
it
don't
on.
think anybody will have problem to take that 50,000. I would not let it go. And you're not doing nothing different. You're just doing something that you either way gonna do it. Either way you're gonna do it. So might as well do it now. They use it. What about you find a sponsorship and say, hey, I like your stuff. Listen, let me pay you $100,000 a year just to put my name in there.
Right.
Are you will let it go that business? I don't
No,
think
that'd
so.
be great. I'm far from there. I'm far from that point.
But it's not impossible.
No, nothing's impossible in life.
Look at
Absolutely.
what they told your parents about you when you were a kid.
That's right.
You were
That's
a
right.
problem kid. You were a problem kid that you would not be able to concentrate,
Yep.
right? And look
Yep.
at how many things you threw that you did it right there and there. No, it took you a while to get to that position.
Yep.
You know, to overcome that, to inspire people and that. So ain't nothing different right now with the YouTube channel.
100%. 100%.
100%.
I meet guys in the parking lot all the time in softball, and I give them advice on that because they,
Yes.
we start talking about life and talking about things, and I might bring up the subject, and they're like, yeah, you're right, or or yeah, I know that. I'm here to help. If somebody
That's
helped
exactly.
me, and everybody who's open to help, like you said, you're a little hard headed. I'm hard headed too, but I'm always open to advice. I always listen to
Well,
what other people have
well,
to say.
this is put that, but my man on that YouTube thing. If it's anything, I can let you know, and I'm gonna be able to help you. Believe me, I will push to get people subscribed to your channel. Um, we already doing it anyway. If any questions, you please. I don't know everything, but the little that I know, I can tell you follow this, do this, because it's how I get there.
Just
Okay.
remember, nobody knows everything.
Yeah,
Nobody.
exactly. But everything start dreaming big and don't let people say no, you cannot do it. I had one guy that gave me the subscription, a very good friend, very good friend. He was the 44 subscriber, right? At that
Okay.
time. When
You
when I
remember
told
that
I
exactly what
needed
number he was.
when I told him that I needed to get 1,000, he laughed. Oh, you only need to do 950. Says, ha 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 ha. Ha. I say, I'm gonna come back to you when I get my 1,000.
Yep. And I'm going
And
to
guess
remind
what?
you that you laughed,
A, a,
and
a, a,
anything is
a, a
possible.
month, 8 months later, I show him who's laughing now.
Right.
So don't let nobody tell you don't do it. Oh, I don't care. Don't let yourself. Don't let yourself tell you that I don't do it for fun. You know.
Well, all
It,
successful people have the same trait. They don't
yes.
quit until they get to where they have to go. And if they
So my
don't
man,
get
I'm here.
there, they'll find something else that they get there with. So,
This was a little inspiration from myself to the people that gonna be watching us.
yeah,
So I'm gonna keep going with my limitations, with my problems in my health, with my problem with language barrier, with I mean, you name it, all kind of things in the way. I still gonna do it because I having fun with this.
yep. And
I
life's all
enjoy
about
it.
having fun and
I
enjoyment.
enjoy it. I mean, I meet people, wonderful people like you. They already give me a story that can inspire a lot of people.
Yep.
So this is a blast to do this. So you are blessed to the people want to know about the game. So keep on going. Don't just because I like the game, I'm not interested to make money. Hey, you do not need money, but you can use that money to have a club for kids that want to have a team, they want to be in a team. you can invest that money into that
That's a great
and
idea.
help this kid that dream big. You know what I mean? How great reward will be that for you?
Right. Yeah. Just donate the money to charity. The check comes to charity, and a charity could be for kids that don't have equipment, what have you. That would be a good idea. I like that idea, actually.
You see, we had to be inspired by each another in the right way, and we're gonna learn a lot of things between us. And when I saw you, to me, you were a great man, and that's why I
Thanks.
was interested to get your story here. We only 5 minutes away.
Okay. So we got 5 minutes. Let's plug my company. It's
Hey,
Certified Mold Removal Incorporated.
yeah, okay,
Uh,
that
we,
what that is. How you? Well, I guess the name is no brainer.
yep.
As your nickname. What inspired you to do that?
Well, as I mentioned before, I started as a house cleaning business, and it grew pretty well. I started doing window cleaning, gutter cleaning, power washing, every type of service. And I basically subcontracted out all the work. And it worked out very well for a long time. In 2008, we had a real estate crisis. 2000, we had the stock market bubble burst for tech, where everybody lost money, but then that came back quickly. 2008, we had a real estate issue. So when real estate goes bad and people lose their jobs, the first thing they cut is house cleaning. Honey, you can't have the cleaners come for $150 every week because we don't have that money anymore because I'm sitting here looking for a job. So basically, I discovered mold. And then when Hurricane Sandy hit in 2011, I decided to go full bore into mold. And so I got rid of the house cleaning. I actually gave it to a business partner that I had, and they ran it into the ground in 6 months because of the quality of the that's a big thing because I'm big on quality of service, making sure that people are happy and that they get what they pay for. So basically, I went into mold and I haven't looked back. People have it all the time. They're buying a house, selling a house. They've got a water leak that's causing a mold problem behind a wall. They don't know about it till it's too late. Dishwasher, you got to take kitchens out. It gets rather complicated. Unfortunately, it's expensive. It's an expensive thing for a homeowner to have to deal with. But they also have to protect their property. They have to make sure that their house doesn't depreciate. And the longer they wait, when they find a mold problem, the more expensive it becomes to fix. So it's important that if you're out there watching, that if you do discover some sort of mold problem, call someone, whether it's us or anyone else. Call someone because you don't want to procrastinate. Let it get to the point where it affects your health or spreads throughout your house, and it's going to cost you $50,000 to fix instead of $5,000. It's always important that when you find something wrong with your house, you fix it because it's your number one asset in most cases. Most people don't have millions of dollars sitting in the bank. So their house is their biggest asset. And when you let it devaluate and then it costs a lot of money to fix, that's when you lose a lot of what you have. So as far as mold is concerned, we come out, we inspect, we test, find out what you're breathing in, what the air quality is. Once we get that information, we're able to put a plan together to fix not only what we see, but what we can't see, which is in the air. That's important because that's what causes health issues with mold. Once we get all that information, we consult with the customer again. And then we come in and we do the work, which could involve taking out contaminated sheetrock walls, insulation, cleaning the air, treating the surfaces behind the wall, which is the framing, the block, and then putting everything back together again. That's important because a lot of mold companies will come in, rip stuff apart, take it out, clean, and then say, okay, good luck. We don't do that. We actually do the entire project. We put everything back together again so that it's like nothing ever happened. That's important. And I enjoy the service. I enjoy when people call me and tell me what a great job my crew did or how professional we were. The nice thing is we have all 5-star ratings on Google. And it's all about providing a quality service and getting rewarded financially for it.
Very good, very good. So they can find you in Google. How they can find you in Google?
You service the eastern Pennsylvania area, all of the state of New Jersey, Westchester County, New York, Fairfield County, Connecticut, and Staten Island, New York. Occasionally, we'll go beyond those areas if you live outside those areas. But those are the main areas that we service, and soon to be servicing Collier County and surrounding counties in Florida.
Very
Plan to
nice.
do that
Very nice.
expand down there in the winter time.
Very nice. And whenever that happens, we're gonna bring you here, and you can promote your business.
Terrific.
In Southwest Florida. So that you have a website.
Yes, it's certifiedmoldremoval.com.
So when it's certified, that means you have to be registered with the state or.
Well, that's licensing, being registered with the state. As far as being certified, we are certified through the largest training organization in the country. It's called MICRO, the Mold Inspection Certification Remediation Organization. We go through extensive training. Then there's ongoing training so that we're up to date with all the latest technologies in performing this service properly. I'm always reading online, looking for better ways to do something. So we do things the right way. A lot of companies will come in and give you a song and dance, tell you that they're going to do something, and then they're gone in an hour, and they took your money, and you end up calling us because you're still getting sick, or the mold's back because they didn't tell you what was causing it and how to fix that. It's important that you fix the source of the problem, whether it's a gutter issue, a hot water heater leak, if it's your gutters, or grading on the outside of your house where the foundation is getting wet, or if there's a crack in your foundation or cracks. There's all different reasons why you get mold. And it's a mold inspector's job to figure out why this problem is happening. And it's our job to solve the problem and inform you as to what you need to do to prevent it from reoccurring.
So that means you had to be insured as well to make sure anything goes wrong that the client can cover, or how that works.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Like any other business, you have to be insured. We have an environmental policy, which is specific to the industry. Most mold companies don't. They just have a general liability coverage, which doesn't cover faulty workmanship. It's important to have full coverage so that if anything goes wrong, you, the homeowner, are covered. Luckily, we don't have issues with that. We always come back if there's an issue. Very rare, one in 100 or more.
But that gives a peace of mind to the client that they know that you are have a policy in place, that they know they be covered. So that gives another level of trust the company that you run. So that's a good thing that you have. Really looking forward to promote your business. Hopefully, when I have 200,000 people, you can say, "Oh, Luis, I want to hire you for put your stuff in your channel." I'd be glad to do it, and I would do it with discount too.
That's right. That's right. Because you'll be making $50,000 a month then.
And maybe more. You never know. Yes, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit, my man.
Sky's the limit.
So, and I'm pretty sure. Well, to me, mold, when you were talking mold, I thought that was that mark that you see on the wall. But I guess you talk and you smell it. And I think I smelled before. But when it smells, it means the stuff is a big problem, I would think.
Yes. Yeah. The smell is the mycotoxins that mold puts off to protect itself. It's also what makes people sick. You're not supposed to be in a controlled environment like inside of a house where this is going on. You're breathing this stuff in on a regular basis. The funny thing is that everybody has a different susceptibility to mold. Some people can be in a slightly moldy environment and get deathly ill. Other people can be in a heavily molded area and feel absolutely nothing. So it's oftentimes a problem between husband and wife or family members that, you're crazy. There's nothing wrong here. A house is supposed to smell like this, or a basement is supposed to smell like this. It smells like a basement. No, it doesn't smell like a basement. It smells like a wet basement, which is mold, which is unhealthy and devaluating your property. So it's important to address these issues, whether they're affecting your health or not.
You know what I like it when you're talking about your business. You know what you're talking about, and you are firm on that. That makes it very another level. Like I say, confidence on that your business to use your business. So, as Tio Luis recommend this young man right here. Well, he's older than me anyway, but
That's it. Yeah, that's hey,
because
it's
I'm
only 1 year. It's,
because because I am the Uncle Luis. So this young
yeah,
man right here, I recommend that with his company for most issues that you might have. So definitely, you want to get the best, you got to get the best. With the person that has confidence, certified, insured, and know what he's talking about. He's done in many houses that he been helped. But we do appreciate giving that information because I really don't know anything about mold. I
right.
mean, that's something that
Most
is out
people
of my
don't.
league. Yeah,
Yeah, most people don't.
most people don't. I know in the time of 2008, 9, and 10, the crisis, a lot of people abandoned houses, and those
Yes,
houses got all moldy, and you probably could have done a killing business around here. But
yes,
it's still
absolutely.
Naples, Collier, and Fort Myers is a good area to work. I think hopefully that, like I said, I want to be part of it in a way, promoting your business or whatever. Um, Work, no, because I don't like to work. I like to talk.
Yeah,
Work is not my thing. That's your thing that you like to go.
yeah. I like work. I like talk. I like everything. Everything in
Yeah.
life. Everything good in
Me,
life.
I
Positive.
like I like to sleep. I like to talk. I like to eat it, and I love the movies. That's me.
Okay.
That's me. It's very different. Anyway, what will be the final words to say to the my nieces and nephews of the universe? What will be one thing that you remember, or sort of say, tell about you, something that you want to say to the world?
Sure. Well, I just want to say that everyone needs to stay positive. Everybody, no matter what your situation is, be happy in life, enjoy life. Life is a gift. Um, don't waste it. Don't sit around and do nothing. Don't worry about everything. Life can get tough. Tough financially, emotionally, relationships. Don't let it get you down. Always stay positive and look forward to the next chapter in your life, because when it's over and you won't have to worry about these things anymore. But if you spent your time and your life worrying, that's not happiness. That's sad. So be
Exactly.
happy.
Thank you for those final words. Thank you for the information about your business. It's a very interesting business. Uh, when you're talking about help the people, I know you make money that way, but in a way you helping people to be safe, to be healthy, to because with that stuff, that get to you, you get sick, and that is not good. That is not good. Um, so I appreciate you shared that part about your game that you play, modified softball. Uh, the mostly I this conversation was staying in my mind forever. It's one of those conversations that will stay in my mind forever. Like that young lady that talk about bipolar problem,
Yep.
and they you the disease problem that you have not concentration. That was huge for me. That was worth to the day. And with the bottom of my heart, man, I thank you very much, and I can't wait to see you in person again and see the game that you play and say hello to you. And I wish you well. And I know you will because you're committed to be a successful person.
Yes,
Don't let
Luis.
me down. Yeah.
You have a great channel here. I'm happy to help promote it. And for everyone out there, yeah, Uncle Luis he's great. Don't tune out, tune in. The more, the better.
Yes, sir. There's more to come. I thank the people that were in TikTok and Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Rumble. Um, thank everybody. I'm gonna get you off the screen and then you can hang out there. And thank you very much, Mr. Mookie, I forgot your name already because only Mookie I gonna be saying forever.
Right, exactly. Just call me Mookie. It's all right.
Just call you Mookie. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get you off the screen. I'm trying to find the mouse there. Thank you, man. It's so long that I see you sometime.
Yes, I'll see you soon, Luis.
Keep in
Thank
touch, man. Keep in touch. If you have
I
any
will,
questions,
absolutely.
we do, man. We do. Thank you, sir.
You got it.
Well, we had a great time, man. And, we could have probably talked more and more about, I like that business idea that he has a very good business. And I didn't know people can get very sick about it and very good information. And like I said, we had a good time with him and we talked. And I hope this conversation will help someone out there in the world, of the universe of the Uncle Luis. And well, we thank everybody that was here, and I thank Mr. Um, Mookie for being here, for giving all that information. That was great. Remember, God is on your side. Don't ever forget. So I'm gonna go ahead and close down the platform. I'm gonna